in the street.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into Twin Cities Sports Talk. You got Bruce and Trevor today. We got a very fun episode, something I've been looking forward to for a while. We're going to be going through free agents that are possible acquisitions for the Vikings because the free agency opens in 5 days here. March 11th is the new league year. And the only problem with this segment or this episode is that some of the names, like a Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, are not available yet on Spotrac, but we're just going to make do with what we got. Those guys are being planned to release. Same with guys in-house like Javon Hargrave, obviously Jonathan Allen, some of those guys. They're not going to be on this list. Obviously, we wouldn't re-sign them again, but either way, that's kind of the problem with it, but we'll find our way around it. We're going to be going through every single position and looking at a few guys. And obviously there's some positions of better need. I mean, the Vikings don't really need an offensive guard, maybe a depth one, but we won't be focusing on those ones as much, but we still got to go through it because you can't leave out positions. First off, though, sponsor Kitchen-Wise, Closet-Wise, a family-owned operated business, proudly serving the Twin Cities and surrounding areas. If you're ready to truly maximize your space, they are the people to know. They specialize in the custom solutions designed around how you actually live, with the roll-out cabinets in the kitchen and closets, and even pantries and garages they do more of too. They transform underused or cluttered spaces into something both beautiful and highly functional. What sets them apart is their focus on the smart layouts, quality materials that make the most of every inch in whatever room you're redoing. So call or go to their website, kitchenwise.com, 763-317-9021 to book a free consultation. People, why wouldn't you do it? It's a free consultation. Redo your kitchen. They do everything inside the cabinets. I want to make that very clear with them. Inside the cabinets, they don't redo your cabinets. So people get in contact with them and tell them Twin City Sports Talk sent you over there. And then the other thing before we get to our free agent talk with the Vikings, we made predictions from the Wolves game last Thursday, a couple days ago now, and here were their results. I'm going to focus on Trevor from the rip right here. Trevor with a score prediction, only the second one to ever happen on the show. That's an 8-pointer for Trev. The Wolves ended up beating the Raptors 115-107, and Trevor said they'd win 117-110, which our rule is if both scores are within 3 points, you get 8 points in the point category, boosting him from 16 points to 24. A little bit of a good jump there. And I think you get 15 points if you get you get 12 points if you get the whole score. Correct. But I did not have a good night. I said the Wolves would lose 110-104, which score prediction wasn't that far off. I got one of them in close to 3, but you also have to have the right winner, which I did not. I was also on the Naz Reid train, him coming back and having a stronger performance. He didn't play terrible. He had 12 points, but not a Naz Reid masterclass by any means. Trevor did say Io would have 3+ threes.
Not quite.
That is wrong. He had a 1. I think he only took 2 threes in the game. So
yeah, made 1 or 2. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
The Wolves game?
Most of it, yeah.
Man, when that place was it third quarter when that place just got bumping
after the Ant dunk.
Yes, you had the Ant dunk, and then you had the was it Nas? Might be confusing names.
Yeah.
Whatever opponent was when that place was going bonkers, that was good. And Toronto would not use a timeout. I don't understand why you would not bring a timeout, kill the momentum, or like not
just limit it.
Kill the momentum, but yeah.
Yeah. Either way, people, did you guys see that Anthony Edwards poster over RJ Barrett? Oh my gosh.
I really thought he was going to get attacked. Knowing how
because he kept on walking towards him.
Staring down RJ
right
Barrett.
onto the sideline. He's like, no, you're going to listen to me. Ah! He's just screaming right in his face. Oh, yeah, perfect. But that's Ant for us.
Oh, yeah.
That's Ant for everyone that doesn't know him. We're going to be making the Wolves prediction for tonight's game at the end of the episode. But for right now, I think we got to get to our free agent list. And the ones that we like to go off of is on SPO Track because they project the average annual, the AAV of these players. So we're going to start out right in the spicy spot. We're going to start out in the quarterback discussion. We'll kind of go name by name here because this is one of the more important positions. Is there any way the Vikings sign Malik Willis, in your opinion, Trevor?
No.
Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Now, we can have this discussion, but yeah, I also think you're right. We had this talk off show, and Trevor's a firm believer that he would hate if Rodgers went here. I wouldn't mind it. I'm not pounding the table for him by any means at all. But I think with the Steelers bringing in McCarthy's hometown, I think he's probably going to go play with the Steelers one last year. He can't end on a pick six. He's not retiring. All right. But here's where we get to some more maybe doable names. Russell Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo down here, Joe Flacco at age 41. I don't think Joe Flacco's in the picture, but Zach Wilson, retired. Jimmy G, Russell Wilson, and then the two guys, and Geno Smith is in there too. So 3 guys that are being planned to be released between Kyler Murray and Kirk Cousins. They will be a free agent on March 11th. Kirk Cousins obviously is the number one name here in terms of likeliness of signing here. But Kyler Murray on Fangraphs, I forget what website it is, but he has a 41%. The Vikings are the highest bidder right now for Kyler Murray projected team. So it's very hard to read this quarterback free agent class right now because apparently the Vikings have been in on all of the teams. It's like that Twins report from a month ago that the Twins were in on every reliever left in free agency. The Vikings have apparently looked at every single quarterback on this list. Now, I find it hard to believe they are talking to Sam Ellinger, but either way. But
or like Marcus Mariota.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense for Russell Wilson.
Tyrod Taylor, no. Kenny Pickett, no.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Joe Flacco, yes.
Yeah. There's Sam Howell, bring back old friend, Vikings legend. No, but we could honestly just probably skip over this because it's tough with these names not being on there. So
I don't know. I really, if we had to narrow it down to 2, and I do think it's these 2, I really think it'll be like kind of like Kirk or Kyler.
Yeah, I think it's the 2 guys.
Because if Kyler's willing to sign for the minimum or darn close to it, if Kyler wants to get paid, well, then we're out.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Kirk Cousins, I think he had probably a little reality check.
Oh, yeah.
But also given name that age cliff.
Yep.
Achilles injury. Becoming a backup quarterback when he didn't really see that coming. I think Kirk would probably also be willing to sign for the minimum because both Kyler and Kirk being traded by both Arizona and Atlanta. So
yeah,
sign for the minimum, let your team load up their money on what they have for money. In the Vikings case, not much, but at least give the Vikings some cap relief. Sign for the minimum.
Yep.
And then, play with Jefferson, Addison, KOC. So, yeah.
Kirk, I would be completely fine with. But the difference between the 2, we said this in yesterday's episode. Kyler comes in. He is the starter, undoubtedly. Kirk is the backup, most likely, and he's mentoring JJ for the most part, maybe.
I think just you sign Kirk that it's literally a 50-50 battle.
Yeah.
Training camp in preseason.
Okay.
Like you're going to get as most equal reps. The only reason I say that is just because I think Kirk is still good enough, and he didn't do anything crazy, but he just managed.
Oh, he was good. He was good in those last 10 games. Yeah.
When I was going to say Willis when Penix broke his leg, so I think you at least got a semi-promise, whatever you want to call it, that like you literally have a chance to start. We're going to ride the hot hand, whoever plays better in practice and the joint practice
Yep.
and preseason will be our starter. But then also you'll be on a short leash for whether it's McCarthy or Kirk.
Yeah. I was going to say, if McCarthy does get the start, this is, again, we keep saying this is most likely the last year with Brian Flores. So if McCarthy has 2 bad games in a row, you can expect Kirk or whoever the backup is to come in, or the other way around. Yep. Like, it's going to be a quarterback carousel this year. Anyway, let's move on to the next position, being running back. This is a big one. So apparently the Seahawks are not franchise tagging Kenneth Walker, and the Vikings are in the top 3 most likely teams to sign Kenneth Walker. Well, first of all, we still got to clear money. So that's the big thing for us Vikings fans and the Vikings organization. But yeah, right now, oh, I forgot Breece Hall got franchise tagged, so I was looking for him on here, but no Breece Hall anymore. The top names: Travis Etienne, Rico Dowdle, Isaiah Pacheco. But then after that, it kind of falls off a little bit of a cliff. Rashad White.
Amir Abdullah is one of those athletes where there's like always 1 or 2 athletes for me in like pro sports. So in this case for the NFL, I feel like Amir Abdullah has been in the league since I've been a kid.
Right. I just remember
it feels
feeling
like
him
he's like frozen in like age.
Yeah.
Because what is his age?
32.
Doesn't it feel like he should be 38?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Gainwell, I don't know. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm just kind of thinking 3rd down receiving back.
Yeah.
It's great with Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh might try to keep him though. Brian Robinson. I don't know if he's really that speed guy.
No. And honestly, what we're looking for here is just, like Trevor just said, that speed guy that can be that 1st and 2nd down back, the Jahmyr Gibbs type, which, in all honesty, the Vikings are probably just going to address this in the draft, most likely. But if we were going to go get someone in free agency, Travis Etienne, a speed guy for only $6 million, $7 million. Not bad at all. Isaiah Pacheco dealt with some injuries, but he's a hard, fast runner, like hard runner. That dude, I've never seen a running back turn his legs more than he can. But he's only projected to $4 million. So
yeah,
definitely some options here. Kenneth Gainwell is a speed guy, but he just hasn't. That was his like first good year here with Pittsburgh, and it wasn't like amazing by any standards, but he's just always kind of been that.
I feel like Eckler can also be. Eckler either is just hit that age cliff where he's done, especially with Achilles injury. What was it, week 1, 2? It was week 3 at the latest. It was like one of the first 2 or 3 weeks.
It was like 3 or 4, yeah.
With Eckler's injury, but he's always been maybe not the past year or 2 when he's played, but Eckler, great 3rd down receiving back. And
it's just the thing with Eckler is he's so slow. He's so slow, but if we had to narrow down 2 guys here, I'd say probably Etienne or Pacheco. If they're really trying to fit that mold of that 1st and 2nd down back, and then let Jordan Mason churn for the 3rd down and everything. All right, I think we're good at running back. We're going to move on to, should we go to fullback real quick? See if there's a we probably should, CJ Ham replacement here. They could be signing someone for sure. I don't know a lot about these guys. I know Michael Burton, obviously Patrick Ricard being the best fullback in the NFL. That would be cool if we signed Ricard. I mean, that dude is a pass blocker. And honestly, I could see it, to be completely honest.
I just feel like he'll stay with Baltimore.
I think so. But being there for 9 years, I mean, maybe he wants a new scenery, not winning a Super Bowl there.
But I think he's always been with Baltimore, right?
Yeah, and that's probably why he would go back. But yeah. And
that team is obviously plenty good.
Yeah.
I think for fullback, we'll probably just bring in a actually, just popped in my head. I was going to say there'll probably be a undrafted free agent, almost certainly.
Yeah.
Or I don't see him on the list, so he's probably signed. But like 4 years ago in practice, or not practice squad, during the preseason we had the fullback to obviously we saw CJ Ham. But then he went to Tennessee. Blazing Gain. You remember him, Kari Blazing Gain? I think it's Blazing Gain. Like, not game, but gain.
Okay.
Anyways,
Yeah,
he had a
I
really
don't
good
know.
preseason 4 years ago. With us 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Had a good enough preseason where Tennessee signed him. He had a couple good years with them. Don't see him on the list, so he's probably signed with Tennessee. But if he gets released or doesn't make the team, maybe you bring back the preseason goat. It was like Kyle Sloter. You know how he would ball out in preseason, but he wasn't good enough to make the team. Kind of same case
preseason
with,
killer. Yeah.
Blazing Game. But yeah.
Yep. All right. Next one, it's a big one. Wide receiver, sort by market value. Juan Jennings is supposed to be the number one. Not surprising. I guess
what did you say? Juan Jennings?
Yeah, Juan Jennings.
Robinson? You mean Rob?
Juan
Robinson?
Jennings is the top receiver here in terms of market or
sorry.
AAV. Golly, holy moly.
My phone was scrolled down on Wandale being the top guy.
Okay.
I was too far down, and I thought you combined like two names. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no. Yeah, Juan Jennings. Wandale Robinson is up there. About to get 17 million. Now, this might not be a little bit updated because Jalen Naylor, like as of a couple days ago, is getting interest from half the teams or 10 teams in the NFL, and he's projected over 10 million per year now. The Vikings pretty much no way of retaining him. But the only thing we'd be looking at here is a wide receiver 3, and so you're not going to sign any hefty contract at all. We got to go down a little bit. To maybe like a Tutu Atwell. He has some familiarity with KOC back in LA. Tutu Atwell projected $2 million, 2.5. There's also familiarity in Van Jefferson. Bring back former Gopher Tyler Johnson. But
he's had what is he on to, year 6 now?
Yeah, next year will be year 6. $2 million contract he's projected.
Good for him.
But yeah, this third wide receiver, you're just looking for someone. I like just a better deep threat. Jordan Addison can add that deep threat possibility, but Tutu Atwell is really good down the field. He always has been with LA.
A true burner. Well, deep threat or just a guy you can put on a slant Drake screen.
Yeah, just intermediate, quick dude, quick feet, good route runner. So if there was 2 guys again, which that's kind of what we're getting at here, I would probably do Tutu Atwell, or maybe I guess Jahan Dotson's been that like fringe guy, but he's a good route runner, fast. The hands have been an issue, but I'm just looking for someone with like a $2 million contract, someone you're not going to pay a wide receiver 3 a ton of money either way, but again, probably someone. There's Scotty Miller down here.
There's always so many receivers that I think when the market kind of plays out, the first couple days when all the big names sign, and you can kind of fill in who kind of is left untouched, or has low interest, and you can kind of scoop a guy there. Just kind of what I think we'll do, like a day 3, day 4 signing. That's when, everything starts to cool down. All the big money market players are signed.
It's kind of funny. So Tutu Atwell had $10 million come in this season, but he's projected 2.5. Maybe, I don't know if an injury I don't know about, but I would love Tutu Atwell if they went and signed him for $2.5 million. I think that would be a very good sneaky signing. And that familiarity with KOC. All right, next one, another big one, because TJ Hawkinson, if he doesn't want to, here's the problem. He's getting how much money right now? Projected like 18 million for next year, around 20, I think, right?
I think
and a restructure would realistically be down to, I mean, unless he really, really was like, okay, fine, let's get as many guys on this team this year. I feel like he'd still be getting paid $10 to $12 million per year, might be even a bit more than that if a restructure were to happen this upcoming year. But my thing with this is cut him, go get Isaiah Likely, a 25-year-old guy, young, entering his prime right now. Go get Isaiah Likely for $8 million.
Right. And as we can see the list now compared to like when we're Because when we've been doing our off-season blueprints, we're kind of going in the order, right? So we're looking at Vikings free agents. And now that we can kind of see what the projected market is here, if you can get likely around that number, right around 8 million,
8-9 million,
why would you restructure?
There's literally no
Hawkinson
point.
And all that. You would just want to get out of it.
Yeah.
Rather than constantly pushing money down the road, just get out of it while you can.
Yeah.
Not that you're gonna save all the money. You're gonna save what you can with the cap and then pay the guarantee still. But yeah, just kind of reset it, move on. Thank you for what you did.
Yes.
And then get a likely, or else Noah Fant's still there. I always feel like he's just super
He's always
young.
been reliable. Yeah.
Not super young, but relatively younger, or is kind of the youngest. It looks like him, and if you exclude likely, because it's him, Njoku, likely as guys that aren't 30.
Well, Cade Otton.
Oh, I missed
He's
that.
26, but
I guess Okonkwo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a few guys, but here's the thing: if there's no way they sign a tight end, unless Hawkinson is gone, which stinks because both of us are pounding the table for him to be gone, and that would be phenomenal. But this is what you gotta do: you gotta go all in on Isaiah Likely, and if not, there's some other guys here that could step in and be a wide receiver, or a tight end one for you. It wouldn't be as bright as Likely, or maybe even bright as Hawk, but Hawk has looked very slow. His route running is not anything to look at right now. After that injury from Kirby Joseph in 23, it hasn't been pretty at all with Hawk. It just hasn't. So this is what you got to do. Go get Isaiah Likely. You saw that catch he made to start the season like 2 years ago against the Chiefs in the end zone.
How did that play? Was he was barely out of bounds, right?
I think he was
barely keep it in.
Yeah, no. He was out because the Chiefs won the game. Just a tiny sliver. Yeah,
literally like his toe.
Yeah. There you go. But all right, we're gonna move on to the tackles next. They are looking at restructuring Ryan O'Neal, so this would definitely just be another depth signing for the Vikings. So obviously you're not going to be looking at anyone above 5 million, probably not even close to that. I have a feeling Braxton Jones is going to be re-signed by Chicago because Chicago just lost their center. And the Chicago team, they just traded DJ Moore. It's kind of, they're losing a few pieces here. I don't know if they're in trouble money-wise or not, but either way, you got to look in the realm of Larry Borum, a few guys just lower down the list. Really a depth piece here. There's just really not many guys that you're going to go all in on. You have Darrisaw coming in healthy now. Brian O'Neill will most likely be here next year. As much as we hate it, I definitely could see like a training camp signing of like Justin School again, where you just bring him in. I hope not, but
I get what you're saying.
It's very likely. Yeah.
Cam Robinson.
Yeah, he's getting paid again. All right, we're gonna move on right away to guard here. So guard is probably the least likely position that the Vikings need. Look at Ed Ingram, though, about to get a $12 million contract. I mean, good for him, dude. Good for him. Good for you,
Daniel
Ed.
Fale.
Yeah.
Bring him back home.
$10 million there. Mekhi Becton, the Chargers released him. Wow, okay. I thought he signed like a 3-year deal last offseason, but one guy we have looked at for center, Sean Ryan from the Packers, wherever that just went right here. I guess the center position, let's just pop that up right away here. Yeah, so there's definitely a few names. Yeah, definitely a few good ones. I don't know where Sean Ryan. Oh, right here. That's my guy, 25 years old. Not a lot of injuries in the career. I think he had like one concussion a few years ago or something like that. But Austin Schlottman, bring him back. Either way, center's a lot more likely than if they were to release Ryan Kelly, which it's not looking that way now. He's had 5 or 6 concussions in his career. I think you got to hang it up at some time, Ryan. I don't want you getting hurt more. Like that's my thing here. All right. Center, probably Sean Ryan, or I don't know a lot about Luke Fortner, but he's a young guy, so it'd be one of those guys. All right. Now we're getting into defense. This could get interesting. They are going to go get Trey Hendrickson. I'm just kidding. Absolutely not. Don't have the money for that. But Von Miller kicking at 36 years old, projected $5 million. DJ Wanham. There's a few guys here. So now Grenard's on the trade block. That's something they'll address in the draft, most likely. Just get another depth edge rusher. But this could be a definite position of need in free agency if they can get someone. Kyle Van Noy, veteran, he's been there for a while, he's been in the league for a while, been doing good for a while. Hassan Reddick kind of fell off the table after that really good year with the Eagles, that Super Bowl run. Now, I can't get a read. Do you think they go veteran like Reddick or Van Noy, like get a veteran? Or do they go someone who...
It's just weird because
I didn't know Enagbare he had a really good year with the Packers. Only getting $5 million kind of surprises me, but he's 26 years old. That really surprised me
because we don't. It all kind of depends what the cap situation will be. Because I might need to get another corner.
Yep.
So I'll probably be a draft pick because you're already paying Byron and I'm blanking our other corner's name.
Isaiah Rodgers.
The speed guy. Yeah, Rodgers.
Yep.
And then you've got linebacker if you lose Eric Wilson.
This isn't the top position of need at all. Yeah.
I honestly think it'd be getting a guy that you can get on a team-friendly contract, a guy that thought would have a good market, but there's just not a whole lot of interest for set player.
Yeah, just a late signing is what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, because I do think Grenard will be traded.
I think so.
You can trade him for good value. We got Dallas Turner knocking on the door.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Good enough player where several teams should be interested. So.
Yep.
I do think you'll need to fill that spot. So unless you draft a guy in the middle rounds, another edge to go with Ginkle and Turner, you probably have to sign someone to a one-year deal.
Oh yeah. And now, look at that. Top of the market for interior D-line, Calais Campbell. $10 million, $11 million. The dude's just a beast.
He doesn't believe in retirement.
18 years of experience. That's insane.
Think about that. So he was in Madden, Madden 08?
Yeah.
08,
08. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My gosh. All right. Yeah, as a rookie, that's insane. There's not a ton of names here in the interior D-line, and now you got rid of this would be a fun one. Bring back Kyrus Tonga. He's been a beast.
Oh, wow.
He was good for New England. How much is he worth? $3 million. Could be decent there. The Vikings are in a definite spot to go get one of the big interior D-line at the 18th pick in the draft. Because most likely Jeremiah Love doesn't fall there. Most likely Jermod McCoy at corner doesn't fall there. You might have a chance at Avion Terrell, but we've drafted Peter Woods a few times. Caleb Banks is going to be there for the interior D-line. I don't think they're really going to, just like Trevor said for the edge rusher, I think if they were going to sign one, it would be like after the draft, someone who's not getting the love in free agency. And really just because the only reason why they would sign someone free agency is if they don't address it in the draft. So I think it'll be a late signing at the defensive tackle position. But if there was one, I think Kyrus Tonga would be a fun bet. You don't have to pay a lot for him. High upside. He is only 29 years old still. So yeah, and you're about to pay Mr. Jalen Redmond. Well earned for him, but you're about to pay him. So. All right, on to the linebackers, one of the bigger position of needs here. Now, Eric Wilson, we got to go down a little bit. Still projected $4.3 million, which I think with the money, with the cap going up $22 million, and the Vikings cap taking $22 million off the books, basically, because we were $45 million under the cap. Now it's looking more likely that we'll be able to retain Eric Wilson. I really hope we can. He was a beast. But there is a lot of other options. EJ Speed was really good for the Texans. Kenneth Murray's 27 years old. We talked about Leo Chenal from the Chiefs. I don't know a lot about him, but he's 25 years old. There's still a lot of options here. A lot of options. You still have Blake Cashman for a year. This will probably be a spot unless Sonny Styles somehow felled you at 18, which the chances of that happening are very slim. There's a very good chance they sign a linebacker. Levante David, big veteran there, but super smart player. Alex Anzalone's a free agent. I didn't realize that.
Oh, true. Yeah.
You'd have him and Gink, the two that look the exact same with the hair.
Twinning out there.
Yeah.
And Anzalone, he broke his arm. Middle part of the year, was it? Arm or shoulder.
Yeah.
Which, all injuries suck, but a lot less concerning typically if it's, a non-leg injury. So, I wouldn't worry. But
the one I looked at a lot in the last blueprint was Alex Singleton. See, because Wilson, if you can't get him, Singleton was so good for that Denver defense this year, blitzing and coverage. He's really just good at everything. I don't know how he hasn't earned a bigger payday than $4 million or whatever he's projected, $4.6 million. But honestly, I just want them to retain Eric Wilson. I just think you have to just focus on that 1 or 2 year contract for Wilson and keep him in for Flores, because him and Cashman were beasts, absolute beasts. So,
I think Wilson at minimum is looking for 2 years because what is he? What is he on the
32.
List? 33, 32.
31, actually.
31. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was a little bit older.
Yeah.
My case being, this might be his last opportunity to get a good free agent payday. So,
yes.
When I was swooping, you had a good year, you should at least be able to secure 2 years, if not 3. And get your money's worth, capitalize. And like I said, realistically, a good chance. Probably his last chance to get a good payday. He might, get another decent offer. All kind of depends how many years he signs for. But so that's the thing. Are the Vikings willing to offer him multiple years?
Yeah, I feel like they would be. The reports right now from a national perspective with teams is that, like we said earlier, everyone's in on Jalen Naylor. Like, there's a bunch of teams that are in on him, but the Eric Wilson sweepstakes are not heated up really at all right now. No teams have really reached out. Maybe a few, but I haven't heard any reports of anyone reaching out. Like Jalen Naylor's getting the love, but either way, Eric Wilson, that would be great if we could get you back. All right, moving on to corner. Obviously, probably the biggest position to need. You have to get depth there, except quarterback, but you have to get depth here, and there's a lot of names that are intriguing. I mean, Tariq Woolen, I think that would be great. He's so good in man coverage. He's really active. He's going to cost you a few penalties. I get it, but he's a really good corner, only for $8 million. And he's only 26 years old. It would I don't know how many years these guys are looking at, but I have to imagine like Tariq Woolen would be like a 3-year contract, 3 or 4 year contract. But even if you go down the list here, Jack Jones, he's had a very good career to start. I mean, Amik Robinson's a depth guy, which could be a sneaky good pick, but he's had good times in Detroit there. Yeah, there's a lot of names here. I'm surprised Greg Newsome at 25. He's had a really good start with the Browns and Jags. He's had a really good start to his career with
he was
and he's only getting
$9 million,
right? Yeah.
And
he's only projected $9 million, which that really does surprise me. But
I do think corner that's just got to be a position where I think for that third corner we're gonna have to just use it as a draft pick.
Yeah,
I just don't like the thought of paying like 3 veteran corners, not having like a young guy to kind of bridge that gap.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it is like Isaiah Rodgers. He's only signed for this upcoming year too. So, yeah, I mean, Byron Murphy you have signed for like the next 3 years, I think. But yeah, a little bit of uncertainty for sure. But there is a lot of guys here. I'd stay away from Eric Stokes. He fell off a cliff. Trayvon Diggs, stay away from him too. But D. Alford, he's had a few good games with Falcons. Not anything like a Tariq Woolen or anything, but there's definitely a few names. Cam Taylor-Britt's only 26 years old. A few names that they could look at right here. There's definitely a few. Are you there, Trev? Oh, your screen went black. Okay.
I cannot hear you. What the heck?
You can't hear me? Technical difficulties.
This isn't good. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me? All right. So corners, I think we're good there. Might be a draft need for sure. And then the last position, actually, I did see Alec Lewis talked about Harrison Smith and the likelihood of him coming back just yesterday. I'm trying to see if I can pull that up quick. Alec Lewis doesn't believe that Vikings Harrison Smith's future is decided yet, mentioning that his situation is up in the air, is what Harry said, and could be decided upon who the Vikings quarterback is in 2026.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about this a little bit more, but that's kind of what you expected. He's going to see what quarterback you bring in.
And honestly, he doesn't have to sign till like preseason time.
I was going to say, skip training camp. Skip training camp as a whole. You earned it, Harry. Just like do the who just did that.
Rodgers.
Yeah, but no, like the corner that Stephon Gilmore, like do that kind of a thing. But he says if the QB situation gets to a place where you create buy in among a lot of the players of the league, could be kind of a convincing component there. My God, that was a word jumble. But that's kind of what you expected. You bring in a good quarterback. Harry's like, okay, cool, let's do it. So that's another big reason. But for right now, Harrison Smith is not a Viking for right now. So we got to look at these safeties real quick. But again, you're not going to – this is just the Vikings they're in cap penalty jail. They're not going to sign one of the top guys at all.
Yeah,
it just won't happen at really any of the positions. So Kevin Byard, I mean, Geno Stone, Reed Blankenship coming off that injury last year, $7 million, but I don't even think you'd give $7 million to any guys. This is a weird one. I just don't see. Alohi Gilman, he had a good year. There's just not a lot of guys. There's not a lot of
well, yeah, and it's a position too where even if Harrison Smith is retired, so you have Theo Jackson, who hopefully can have a better year 2 of his contract.
Yeah.
And then you have Metellus, except you'd rather see Metellus more. He was with that flexibility he had 2024. And then you also have Jay Ward. So you at least have 3 decent options. And then if we're lucky and we get Harry back, that's 4.
Just run it back with this gang. But
so
the other thing to note is that the Vikings, the position they've met with most at the Combine and at the Shrine Bowl and everything was safety. They've met with Genesis Smith. They've met with Bud Clark from TCU, Genesis Smith being Arizona State. But a lot of these like second, third round worthy guys they have met with, and the safety is a position they are obviously super in on. And then you also have to talk about Caleb Downs, because at what point in the draft if Caleb Downs falls? Because now there's this report that he has a degenerative ACL. So at some point in his career, he will tear his ACL at some time. But he's literally like before coming into this year, based on the stats, he had, I guess, a down year with Ohio State for all intents and purposes. But he is one of the best athletes in this draft, and he was projected to be the first overall pick before this little down year. And then he dropped to around 10, but now a degenerative ACL, not a lot of teams like that. I mean, you'd be weird if you liked that in a player. So
unless you're the Twins, then you might be.
What point in the draft do you say, we got to trade this 18th pick and we got to trade like future assets and go get this safety of the future? Like, I think if he drops to if he were to drop past 12, past like the Cowboys, which the chances, again, this is such a hypothetical, the chances of this happening are close to 0. But if that were to happen where he dropped after 12, I think you need to have like serious conversations and call some teams. What does it take here?
Yeah.
Because again, not a lot of I need to pull up the draft order because I need to see the safety depth within those picks. Plus we did get through all the positions there. NFL draft order. All right, let's see here. Let me pop this on the screen now, because that's all kind of really the positions of need. And just like Trevor said, a lot of the stuff you got to rely on the draft. And the difficult thing is you have to hit in the draft. Like you have to hit on most of these guys for you to be uber super competitive in this league this year. But here we go. Here is the draft order. I don't know what website this is. It's just the first one that popped up. There's too many ads going on, and I don't like that. But I'll try to get rid of these ads as fast as I can, people. All right. So we said 12. Cowboys are 12. Rams at 13. They might be in the safety hunt, but the Rams always pick offense. With Sean McVay, I could see Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver from Arizona State, going there. You know what we should do? We should just do a mock of the first round, not a mock draft of the whole 7 rounds, just the first round.
Games.
That's what we should do. You want to do that? Let's do that. Switching up plans here, I love it. I love it.
Do you want to save that for another one? Just because I am pushing it on time.
Okay, yeah. We can save that. Do the mock of the full first round of the draft, but there you go, people. That is the free agent talk. There's a few guys from each position that the Vikings could target, and just like Trevor said, draft is where most of these positions will be hit on. But then again, people, tomorrow, Sunday, big announcement. Be there, and you won't have any regrets. I can tell you that. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to have an episode talking about the wild game tomorrow against the Avs and the ticket giveaway. I just gave it away, people. Well, darn, yeah, my bad. You know what? I'll just say it. Tomorrow we are announcing the ticket giveaway for Twins opening day, which I've told that on the show before. So, yeah, that's my fault for spoiling the actual thing now. But big announcement. No one knows what it is. Anyways, everyone go follow the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks for the support on YouTube. And be here tomorrow because of a very unknown episode announcement. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.